Yeah,
All right,
I just keep
hello
it steady on
everybody.
the
Welcome
magic.
back to the
Do my thing, I'm
Uprooted
healing, it's
podcast.
fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna just
If
have
I
some
fall,
good
rise
conversation
automatic.
about some good
You ain't
topics
on
and
that,
some
you
good people.
know. I'm the one raised myself like a tree from the roots. West side girl, cause she lit in the coast. East side girl when she speaks to the roots. Stay 100 cause she on with the truth. Been there on struggle, know that it pass. Only going up, yeah, the pain don't last. Ooh, take off. Ooh, take off. Ooh, take off. This is take off. Shorty like Brandy, fight like Monica. What you know about her? Baby girl rising, way to the top. Shaking the world, don't expect her to stop. Purpose so great, she get what she got. Follow her step, cause she following God. What you need more, got a heart full of gold. Even at times when it's raining and cold. Ooh, she bout take off.
Hey, it's your girl Hannah, aka Roots High. Welcome back to the Uprooted podcast. Tonight we are coming back to you with Black Woman Wednesday, and I have the beautiful sisters Maebel and Hawzien joining me. They also have another sister, Sienna, as well. Let me not leave her out. But I have these two beauties joining me tonight. We're going to be talking about their baby, Tigray Action Committee, and the virtual 5K that they put together that will be this Saturday, Sunday, the 29th. Don't quote me. I think it's Saturday. But, okay, I see y'all ladies. Perfect. They will be clarifying all of it. I'm so excited for you guys to get to know them. They're super dope. And yeah, I'm just excited to have them. What's up, y'all? How's your Wednesday? How y'all doing? I hope you're enjoying yourselves. All right, ladies, let me see if I can add you. Man. What's up, Dr. T? Okay, Tigray Act. I don't know if you're on your phone, sis, but it says unable to join. Let me see if I can add at least one of you. Let me see. Hey y'all, how's your Wednesday?
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I couldn't remember who was gonna be on Tigray Act, so I was like,
It's Hawzien. How do we get her on?
I think she has to sign on either from her phone or.
She has. I see her right there.
Yeah, or an iPad. Okay, she sent it in, I think. Yeah, there she goes. There she goes.
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Hey, let me just tell y'all while she's coming in.
Hey.
Hey.
I tried to do it from my computer at first. I thought it was smart.
Instagram's a hater, bro. Instagram's a hater. Listen, they don't want my life to be easy. They want me to be stuck on my phone all the time. So I'm like, dang. But it makes it easier for guests because they can join from anywhere. So,
True.
there's a plus and a minus. Also, y'all got a fan base. I don't know if you know this. Y'all got a fan base that comes with you because as soon as I posted y'all were coming on, people were like, yes. Like they were really excited. So y'all got some
Those
love.
are just our sisters. Those are our sisters who love us.
They are, no, for real. They was ready. Okay, when I tell you your tribe came ready to represent, I was like, hey, listen, hey, you don't gotta yell at me, okay? I got them. They're coming. I promise. Oh, man. Okay, but for people who don't know you, I got to know you recently through all this, more so recently, and just in certain conversations, and even just through like people telling me about y'all, I was like, man, they seem like really dope people. Like I was just like, all right, cool. And then I saw what you guys were putting together, and just like some of the work you were doing behind the scenes, and I was like, I don't know how I can help, but I want to help. So I just reached out, and I was like, do you guys want to come on? So this is how that works out. But could you two just reintroduce yourself to the audience in case they don't know who you are? Just tell them a little bit about yourself and what you created.
Yeah. I'll go first. Okay. My name is Maebel Hawzien. I'm the oldest of the two, actually of four. And we are both mothers. I'm a mother of 3 boys. Hawzien's a mother of 2 boys. I live in the New York tri-state area. Hawzien's in Denver. And she can go into tax stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So Hawzien, Medheen, Denver, two kids. We started Tigray Action Committee is the name of the nonprofit that we have created to help support what's going on in Tigray and really bring action awareness and kind of rebuilding to Tigray. We started our nonprofit back in January, and the inspiration really came from, I was watching every January in Denver, there's a Martin Luther King award ceremony that happens. I was watching it this year, and a woman got like the highest award of the evening was given to this woman who had an organization called Coalition Against Global Genocide. Right? I was like, damn. And she was talking about, sorry for my language, she was talking about
this is an adult platform, by the way. It's fine. Yeah.
But she was talking about how she created programs and brought awareness to what was happening in Darfur. I was like, we got to tell her about what's happening in Tigray. So I called her. She called me back like literally 4 or 5 times before I called her, because she was so engaged, wanted to help. And so me and Mom were like, let's get a little team together, meet with her. And we called ourselves Tigray Action Committee without really knowing like what it would turn into. But that's kind of how we got inspired. And from there, we started meeting with a ton of legislators. They kind of helped us get in the door here in Colorado. And then we felt confident enough to take kind of the show on the road and go out of the state. But we officially ran ourselves Tigray Action Committee at that time. And from now, we've just been like, you know, doing all the other stuff that we're doing. But that's kind of how we got started and how the inspiration came to be. Sorry, my kids are trying to pop in here.
That's okay. Say hi. They can say hello. It's a friend. This is, you know, we family friendly. Hi, sweetheart. I know. Trust me. If my goddaughter was here, she'd be front and center. Okay, she would be running the interview. Like, you can't tell them when you're in their space that they can't be involved.
Can't, man.
Listen, they are little people. I tell them all the time, like, they're little people, not things that you can just move around. But no, we love that. That's so beautiful. And so y'all 2 are sisters. You have 2 other sisters, and you put together this kind of one other sister, but 1 brother. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I know Sienna. I don't think I know the brother.
Yeah. We have a brother named Bazin.
Okay, got it. So this is great. So I love this because the family aspect of it, right? And like being able to do something that you actually can pass on, right? Because this can turn into a legacy and also into a hopeful thing. Like right now we're in crisis and we're in a reactionary mode, but at some point, if you wanted it to be, you could pass that along. And I love that you're doing it as a family. Oh, Zuzu said she's the honorary 4th sister. she's making her presence known. Okay, yes, she's making her presence known. I love it. I think it's so dope. So this is fun. So you guys are putting together a virtual 5K. This, you know, I've seen a couple of them. I haven't participated. I've participated in like a live one, like, you know, back in the day when we could do live events. Can you tell the people a little bit about like kind of what the idea behind that is, and like why you guys wanted to launch it as an event that you know, everyone could get involved in?
Yeah, I could take this one. So I was just reading about Tigray, obviously, like we all are, right? And actually, the way I stumbled upon it, I was reading about, what's that really famous runner's name from Ethiopia? Haile Selassie, somebody. And I was like,
I was like, listen, I'm about to get my card revoked because I was like, I'm getting my card revoked tonight.
It doesn't really matter, to be honest. But so I was reading about him. I was like, is he from Tigray? Let me do some research, right? And they were like, no. The internet said no. But after research, I read about this woman in Tallahassee. Her name is, I think it's like Tigray, who just like was like, I want to raise awareness for Tigray. I'm gonna run in my backyard. I'm gonna do a marathon. She's like a marathon runner. She's like, I'm gonna run around my neighborhood, like do all these laps to help raise awareness with her neighbors. Like really, really grassroots, really low key. And I was like, wow, what a concept. Like if we could take that and make it a small version, you know, our people are runners, right? Like we come from a lineage of runners. Yeah. And if we can get our people to run and build allyship and get other people to talk about it, how cool of an event would that be? I live in Denver, right? Like it's not a super diverse place. We have 5Ks all the time, right? Race for the Cure, this, and that. And I was like, we should do that for our community. And that's kind of how this idea popped off. And then, you know, I'm in Denver, Maebel's in New York. Our families all across the United States. With COVID, we were like, how do we make this virtual so you can run from anywhere? And so that's what we started doing, is pushing it as virtual. But then we got some like organizers in all these different cities that were like, we want to just do it in our city too. So now we have a run in Denver, we have a run in New York, Seattle. Today we saw Minnesota popped up and did their own thing, which we were so proud.
So cool.
So cool. So it is virtual, like anybody can do it, anyone can run. The date is May 29th. Is when we're hoping, and you can register. Thank you, Zoo, for putting it in putting in the chat. But you can go to Tigray Act's Instagram page or our website, tigrayactioncommittee.com, to sign up. But that was kind of the concept. My boy, I'm sorry I jumped in, but
no, you didn't jump into anything. You're absolutely right. When Hawzien brought the idea up, I thought it was genius because it's a really good way for allies to join. And I think that's something that we really, our community has been so in despair for the past 7 months that we have been really like taking care of each other. You know, we are having our own little clubhouse rooms, and we're having our Twitter conversations, and everything has just been kind of like taking care of each other because we are just so disheartened, and a lot of us feel hopeless, and a lot of us feel lonely, and you know, we've just been going through it. And so the more and more that Hawzien and I have been talking about what we want TAC to be, what we want Tigray Action Committee to be, is a way to bring in allies, a way to bring in people outside of our community, because we can't be the only ones that take care of each other. You know what I mean? Like, we need our friends, we need our allies from outside of the Tigray diaspora to come in and, you know, be a part of it. And so the 5K is a great way to do that. It's also a physical way to do that, which is nice, especially during these COVID times. I'm sure I'm not the only one whose body has changed. So
big Zoo.
So it's just like a great way for that to happen. And we have family all over the place. Fana's in our Fanaye is in here too, and she's in Australia. So we're hoping that Australia will possibly do a physical, like, in-person one.
Don't worry. I know a couple people I could just go ahead and
yes.
whisper in their ear one time. I don't know, Mauz, I don't know if you're in here, but, you know, I'm tapping on you right now publicly because, you know, I know he loves a challenge. So, you know, some people like to be challenged. So, you know, sometimes you need a little encouragement. Do it publicly with your friends. Because when I tell you what happened, not to completely, I'm going to throw it back to you. I literally got like tagged like 3 or 4 times in an hour. And I said, who told y'all I like to run? Like, I was confused. I said, I don't know who told y'all that, because I don't like to run. Like, and even when you were saying our people are runners, I was in my head like, yeah, they
our people, as in like Tagaru, not us people.
Us right here. And so I seen some comments come in, and they said, I'm not a runner, but I'm gonna walk real fast. I said, I'm with you. Y'all are my people. We the camp speed walker. Okay, I'm with you.
You don't have to even. You don't have to run. You don't have to walk. You can trot. You can skip. You can stunt. Whatever you need to do. Just get through.
Or you could be hopping on your crutches. Like, it doesn't matter. You can. Anybody can do it. You can do it I would say you could do it at home. You know what I mean? You can watch people.
You could.
From the window. You know, you can participate in a lot of different ways. So.
Yeah, you just gotta get creative. Not Zuzu talking about she's a runner, she's a track star. That song has really been stuck in my head. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. But no, I love that, because I think that one of the 2 things I want to point out to everyone is, like, I don't know about y'all, but I have had friends that are asking me, like, how can I support? How can I show up? And, like, they don't feel like, you know, petitions and Twitter campaigns and, you know, stuff like behind the screen is enough, even though it is actually making a really big impact. I know a lot of people want to still show up in other ways. And I know, like, I think, you know, thank God I have very supportive friends who want to show up in other ways. And this is something that I could easily tell them, like, hey, could you participate in this? It's minimal effort for them to go and walk, and actually it's better for them. They need to go take a walk. I need to go take a walk too, right? And participate in that way, in solidarity, and to raise money for a good cause. So could you touch on that part too? Because I think what you're doing with that is super dope, and I want people to know, you know, because that touched my heart when y'all told me. So I want the rest of the community to understand what you're trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, I can touch a little bit, and then I think Hawzien can dive deep. But essentially, the reason that we are fundraising at this moment is because we really feel like the women of Tigray are not forgotten necessarily. Everyone is talking about what's happening to them, but they are not being supported in a way that they really need right now. We're in the middle of some horrendous stuff. And our women, our sisters, our aunts, our mothers, our grandmothers, and our baby daughters are the ones that are receiving some of the most horrendous acts a person can do to somebody. What I the stories that I've read and I've heard personally, the youngest was a 4-year-old, you know, and the oldest was in her 80s. And so they're not even women, most of them. They're girls, you know, have really, really been going through a lot of hardship. And so we felt that it would be necessary to be able to provide something. It doesn't matter how small it is, but something. So Tigray Action Committee is a registered nonprofit. We have all of our ducks in a row. We are as legit as can be. And so the funds are going to be going directly to them. I know people have like all types of questions about how funds get there and this and that, but we've been able to find a way. A lot of other organizations have also been able to find a way. It's not impossible. It's hard, but it's not impossible. And so we are providing 100% of the proceeds to these women in Tigray, throughout Tigray, not just one specific place. I love you too, boo. Come through. But yeah, so it's not going to be one specific place. It's not going to be Hawzien. You know, it's not going to be just Aviadi where we're from. It's going to be throughout Tigray. We're going to be helping families and women specifically. We're going to be able to provide them with like the most basic necessities imaginable to us. You know, we're going to be able to provide them pots and pans, charcoal so they can cook. You know what I mean? Berbere, shuttle, like very minimal things to us. You know, like we can go to the store right now and get all those things immediately. We don't need a lot of money for it, but for them, everything has been taken from them. Everything, from the doors to the mattresses to their clothes. They have nothing, like nothing. And I know that can be really hard for Americans, Westerners, to imagine what nothing is. We say we're broke, or I don't have money because like I'm stressed about my rent next month. I don't know how I'm gonna pay it, or I can't get my kids Chipotle today or Starbucks this morning. You know what I mean? Like I'm broke. Yeah. But when we say they have nothing, we mean nothing. They don't even have a room. Some of our families are living in caves. Like it is bad. So we are able to provide something, even as basic as it is. It's something. Toilet paper is a lot. You know what I mean? For somebody who has nothing. So that's where the funds are going. And we'd love the support if you're able to. I know right now it's not necessarily easy for everybody during COVID times. Not everybody has a job. Not everybody is making enough to get through. But if you're able to share, please do. You're going to be really, really providing a lot of help and a lot of love and support to people who really need it.
No, I love that, man. And someone asked, they said they can't pay $50 now for the run, but is there a PayPal to donate less?
Yeah.
Is that through your website or your Instagram page? Is there like a link?
Yeah, if you go onto the tigrayactioncommittee.com, there are multiple ways that you can donate. Right now we're doing the 5K because, you know, it's the 29th, it's this weekend. But if you would like to donate at any amount, you're more than welcome to. It's there, it's available for you to do. And again, it's going to people who really need it.
Yes, perfect. So if you guys see, I forget how it looks like on the other end, but you guys could follow Tigray Act, like their Instagram page. They have more information there. You can go to their website and, you know, get involved that way as well. So like the other thing I would say, if you can't donate, I love that question, right? Like you can still donate what you have, but also think of your community, right? So if you can't participate in that way, you can still gather a group of people to put together, like, you know, 5 or 10 of you go walk and you take pictures with signs and spread awareness around your community. So you're still helping. So like, don't also feel like if you can't give enough that like you shouldn't give at all. Like it's still like $5-10 goes a long way. Like, yeah. So we appreciate all of that. And I love that question.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, if there's nothing to donate, that's totally fine. We really need people to talk about what's happening to us. If more people spoke about what was happening to our families and to our women and our children and our fathers and sisters and mothers and brothers, it would change a lot. It would change a lot. If more people spoke about it, a lot of our legislators we have done a lot of different things. One of the first things that we did was meet with legislators. We've met with legislators throughout the United States. And so if these legislators felt more pressure from their communities, from their constituents, they would act more. They would do more. But because a lot of people aren't aware of what's happening, one, or two, aren't necessarily talking about it as much, they don't feel like it's a necessary step for them to take action. But we at Tigray Action Committee need them to take action now, right now, today. And so by you speaking up and just using your power, your voice, you're doing a lot. If you can't donate, that's okay. Use your voice, use your power, do what you can. And there's a lot that you can do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm taking over. Hawzien, please get in here.
Yeah, y'all tag team it. Y'all got it. Don't worry about it. I love that. I think the other thing that I want to highlight and appreciate, because sometimes people think small is insignificant. When you're hurting, okay, like the smallest act of kindness will get you through, right? Like you can hold on to that. So like even just the thought that someone cares enough about you to organize an event in your honor to help you, like them even knowing that gives them enough hope and strength for the next day, right? So like we have to continue to think that the money is good that we raise, the awareness is good, but also like we're feeding people's spirits by continuously thinking about them and like organizing around them and like making sure they know they're not forgotten. And I don't know, I've been in some dark places in my life, so just having someone even text you and tell you they're thinking about you can change your whole like your perspective. It might give you the strength to get up and get after it. So I don't want anyone to ever feel like they're gonna, don't minimize it. Don't minimize your impact. Like that pressure, the point that you're making, you using your voice to pressure other people who have more power than you is actually really dope. Like, and it speaks volumes. Anyone who's been dealing with survivor's guilt, which is probably all of us, right? It feels really good to turn that around, right? And like be able to help somebody else who has less than. And I don't know, I personally always feel better after I do that. So I wanted to take time to honor that and honor you two in doing that and like being able to pull this together. But I know that's not all that y'all wanted to accomplish. So is there more stuff that you want the audience to know about, kind of even just your story and like why you're so passionate about this? Because I think it's hard. I don't know, people were paying attention or they came in a little later. Y'all two are whole moms with children that you have to cater to. I'm sure you hold it down in the family. We're first generation. There's roles that we got to play. So can you talk to the people about that and how you're pushing through it and making this work important to you?
Okay.
I know, sorry, that was a lot of questions. I realized after, and then I forgot there's two of you.
I'm trying to get Hawzien to take this one.
So I think in terms of like why we're so passionate about it, there's a few reasons, right? Okay, Zoo, I'll tell you. So we came to America as refugees. Maebel was 4 years old. I was 1 year old, and we came with nothing. We came to Colorado. We were fleeing at the time. The conflict that was happening in Ethiopia. We were both born in refugee camps in Sudan. And then we came to America. We tried to do the American dream as best as we could with some shortfalls, but we made it work. We came to Colorado, then we kind of dispersed, and I'm the only one that stayed. But our dad decided to move back to Tigray, and he has lived there now for like 8 years or so. Yeah. And so his dream was, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna build all this stuff in Hawzien. I'm gonna make a legacy for you guys, right? So when you come, you'll have something here. Your kids will have something here, right? Like whatever parent wants to do. As parents, that's what we want to do for our children too, right? And so for us, that was like the dream to do. And then this conflict broke out, right? And we had no way to talk to him. We had no way to talk to our grandparents. 90% of our family is there. So both of our grandparents, our aunts, uncles, all of our cousins, and our father. And so the communication blackout that occurred and not being able to tell if he was okay, if they were okay, me and Maebel just felt so helpless, right? Like, what can we do? We are the diaspora. We have everyone has a platform, everyone has a network, everyone has resources. We need to do more to make sure that he is okay, that our families are okay, that all of Tigray is okay. That's why it's so important to us, right? Like, it not only is it our legacy and our community, but it's also our parents, our grandparents, our family. We know that we have to take action, right? Tigray Action Committee, like, we know that we have to do something in order to make sure that whether it's our family, your family, the next family, that the people of Tigray are going to be okay. That's why we are so passionate about it. To see 30 years later that the same refugee camps that we were born in are reopening, and the cycle is just happening again. It really, like, for me, it makes me question humanity, right? Like, I think it's been 6-7 months now, so we've just processed it through so many different lenses at this point, right? But for me, I was like, how can humanity, right? Like, I thought a lot about what happened 30 years ago. I thought about what happened during the Holocaust. Like, how can humans do this to each other over and over. Like, when as a people, as a race, will we kind of get over this? And it's so disappointing to see us as a human race do this again and again and again. But we know that just the same way that humans have the power to create such terrible things in this world, we have the power to create positive things and to take action to stop it. That's where it comes from. That's where it comes from. For me.
Yeah. Same. It comes from the same place. It comes from the same drive. I'll speak for myself. For the first 90 or so days, from November through January, I felt very, very, like, I guess those are 60 or so days, but I felt very lost and sad and lonely and just confused about life and, like, what are we supposed to do? I can't speak to my family. There's no help. There's no nothing. And then a lot of other people started, like, doing things, like Peace in Tigray was started. And, like, that really affected me. Peace in Tigray is, like, I love her. That page is really incredible. And so seeing things like that really kind of, like, galvanized me from just posting on Instagram. Like, for a long time, I was just posting on Instagram and on Twitter and, like, talking about stuff, but making videos and such. And at first I felt like I was doing nothing, it felt like it was nothing. And then our mom was like, no, that's something. You're doing something. So just keep doing it. Whatever it is, just keep doing it until finally January comes and, like, we were able to form something. And so that despair and loneliness and, like, disappointment in human beings and all of that has turned into, it's galvanized me to go do something. Like, I have to, every single day, I have to wake up and do something. When we were finally able to get a hold of our father, when the phones were finally started up again, even though they keep going back and down and up or whatever, one of the first things he said was, what are you doing for Tigray? What are you doing for Tigray? Right? Yeah. So I knew I had to do something. Like, I couldn't just, I'm sitting here crying about not being able to talk to my dad. I finally talked to him and he's asking me what I'm doing. So that I have to do something. I have to have an answer for that. And he's told me that if not you, then who? You can't wait for anybody. You know what I mean? You have to go take action. You have to get up. You have to go do something now for your people, for your cousins, for your sons. I mean, my children deserve to have a place to call home. Like, they deserve to talk about Tigray in the present tense and the future, not just the past. You know what I mean? My children deserve that. All of our children deserve that. And so it is my calling and it is my job and responsibility to make sure that Tigray is there for them and there for so on and so on, for their kids and their kids and their kids and their kids. Tigray has to survive, and it will. It'll be, it's Tigray. We prevail, we don't give up. But that's where that drive comes from. I can't sleep at night. It's hard to eat. All of us are the same. But I personally will not stop until my people are safe, until they live in peace. God willing, they'll be free. But so that's our drive. And for parenting, it's tough, man.
Yes.
It's tough. I'm sure it's the same for everybody. All of us are feeling very unfocused. I'm sure at work, everybody's feeling unfocused here and there. Our mind is on Tigray. And I mean, I think it's for good reason. But my husband is very quick to be like, don't forget about the boys. Don't forget about the kids. So it's been good. So I'm doing my best.
Oh,
and
man,
here they come.
Oh, man. No, I love it. You tell them your mama was preaching. Okay. She took everybody to church there in the comments talking about amen. We got some claps. I was over here like, well, then go ahead. Go off, sis. I was like, I guess I just have to ask the right question, because she just said, I don't need a script. Listen, let me just tell you everything you need to know. No, that's a whole word. I really hope people run it back. If you don't run it back, I'm gonna run it back for you in the clip, because that is the message. The word that kept popping up in my mind when you were talking was purpose. Like, you have a purpose. And when you know what your purpose is, it's easier to get up and fight every day, right? Because it's bigger than you. You yourself, you're fine. You're good. Like, in terms of physically, what you really have to take care of is your mental health, right? But everything else that you're talking about, man, that is so detrimental for everybody. Like, I think that the people that I'm still connecting with that are looking for that, just haven't figured it out. And so, like, I love your story because you said, right, it took until January for you guys to be able to form and figure out what that looked like and how you guys were able to do that. But you knew you had something that you needed to do, and you had a calling, and you answered it. I feel like a lot of people have a calling and they're not answering it yet. But y'all actually took the step. So I'm proud of you for even just taking the step and going and filing the papers. It took me hella long to go file some papers, let me tell you. And then you do it, and it was like, bro, that only took me an hour to do. Like, you know what I mean? You'd be hella irritated after, like, why did I hike that up so much? But it's such a mental thing, a journey that you have to go through, because we were going through being the victims of this trauma.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I had the same thing. My dad was there. So I know exactly what you're going through every day when you're like, I can't call my parent. I don't know that they're okay. I don't know that my family is okay. And you're literally stirring the wheels, just going crazy, like trying to figure out how to do anything. So I'm glad that, you know, y'all prevailed and that you did it. I know I myself was like looking at nonprofit, like, I'm not trying to do all that paperwork right now. So I was literally just helping every single group. I was like, forget it. I'm going to just help every single group, because I didn't want to do all that effort. And then turned around and was like, you know what? Okay. Like, maybe I could do that too. So I'm also inspired by just seeing women just like stop waiting, you know, like what your dad said to you, just get up and do it.
That's a big deal. The anticipation about like paperwork and stuff and doing adult stuff, it's tough, man. So I'm proud of you. You did that. But I really wanted to quickly say that Hawzien and I have this conversation all the time. And I always say, God is talking. It is your choice to listen. God is constantly talking all the time. It's your choice to actually listen and take action on what God is telling you. And so if you can really pay attention to what's coming your way and like really pay attention to what God is talking to you about, it's there, bro. It's there. It's just on you to listen and take on. And if you need some like somewhere to get like to help or do something, we're here. TAC is always here. So come through.
Listen, I love it. I love putting people on, because I'm like, when people ask me what they can get involved in, I love that I can give them more than one place. I'm like, well, what are you trying to accomplish? You know what I mean? So I can put them in the right position too, where it's like, okay, I think this group of people might be the group for you. Because I've also learned by doing a lot of organizing work that you also need to be in the right group to make that magic happen. Everybody has to be aligned on their vision and their purpose, right? And I feel like sometimes it's good that you guys started with your family, because you already align on that. So it's easier. And then everybody that's attracted to that is attracted to that because they also have similar values, right? And want to do the same similar type of work. So I think it's dope. I love what you're focusing on. Okay, well, you know, I gotta, because y'all be getting the comments going. These are paragraphs, so let me not ignore folks. You know what I mean? I told y'all came with some friends. So let's see. Okay, Madi said breaking news. Okay, this is interesting. She said Biden urges ceasefire in Ethiopia's Tigray, says rights abuses must end.
Yep.
Amen. Amen. And we gonna keep going, because they do a lot of talking, but until they do some action, okay, like Tigray Action Committee, then we not ready.
But I mean, that's the talk we like, though. That's that talk.
Yes,
that we like.
that's it.
Keep going.
This is what I'm talking about. When you got the president speaking, okay, not his secretary, but the president himself having to make a statement out of his mouth, or his, you know, whoever writes it for him. That means a lot. That means somebody getting a little mad. Okay, so that means we're applying pressure, and we got to continue to. So y'all don't take your foot off their neck. All right. No, that's really what happens in y'all know what I'm talking about. Every social justice movement, people get comfortable. They take it. It's like, no, take this win to light the fire back up, you know, to feed you again to get to the next spot. Because we're not done until we're done, you know. Let me see. Oh, Zuzu's giving y'all some love. She says, so proud to be in spaces with y'all. Tigray will be free, and this will end soon because of y'all and others in our community like y'all. I told y'all. Yeah, I guess.
Let me tell you, Tigray Action Committee is not just me and Maebel and CA, right? There's a team. Zoo is the newest addition. It's not public.
Clearly, she's loved it.
We got Hiab. We have the lit team. We have a really, really good team. Like, you can go to our website and check it out. But So thank you to everyone that's putting in work for Tigray, right? Like, this is a lot of hours that we spend, necessary hours that we need to work together to do this, but we got to give a shout out to the people putting in the work. So thank you to those people.
Listen, I'm all here for it. I could tell. I was like, I don't know if she, because she's doing the damn thing in the chat today. I love this. I love this energy. I really do adore it. And so, because there's two of you, I timed this right. So my last question always for my guest, because I am a builder, is, and MLA came in, she talked about my sisters. I'm telling you, your tribe is big.
We love you so much.
I'm just like, I love it. I was so sad. I'm gonna talk to y'all off screen. I was asleep, but I was supposed to be there. So anyways, I know we're not supposed to do this. I just had to say, listen.
Hold on. Let me just say, that night transformed us. We are different people. Remhai and Mele are real. They're our sisters, like blood sisters. I love them so much. Peace and Tigray is the one. Peace and Tigray is the one. The way Zoo's doing for TAC, I'm gonna do for Peace and Tigray. I love Peace and Tigray.
Listen, but let me tell y'all. I saw the videos though. I saw the videos and I literally, she said explain off screen. I got y'all. I got y'all. Y'all all get an explanation off screen. I promise you to God. Listen too though. I love it because I've seen the videos, but I also thought about it because of like my interactions with all of you, especially more recently. I literally was like, I can see that those families actually make sense. Like, I was like, I get them. I get why they would click. Y'all are probably the most progressive Habeshas I know. We didn't get too much into it here, but I'm just telling y'all, they're probably the most progressive Habeshas I've met all across the board. Like, both families. It's pretty dope. I'm gonna have to come back at a different time and we can run this back because I think it's hilarious. If I get all of you guys, if Instagram stops being a hater and I can get more of you guys on at once, it would be quite hilarious.
It'll be nice.
It would be so funny though. Yes, like it would be hilarious. Okay, but back to the question. yes. Mele said it.
I can see that. I can see
right?
it. Yeah.
I did call them the Tigray Kardashians, but it was like not in the bad way. It was like, because like there's a lot of bad stuff that comes with the Kardashians, but just like an idea as a family, and it had like sisters, how they all are. I was like, this is so funny.
Who are we though? We got to be like, okay, if they're the Kardashians, I think we are I'm not really hip to like,
I know, bro. I swear, I have stopped watching reality TV, and my mind went completely blank. I don't want to give you a whack family. I can't do that.
Oh, we'll sit on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna come back. You got to be like a spinoff or something.
We gotta be something. Gotta be a spinoff. Come on now.
Because you have to be part of the family.
No, I just want to be a friend of the show that nobody really knows about, and I'm just obsessed with them. I'm obsessed. I love them so much.
I just facts.
I'm crying. Not Jerusalem talking about Asadas and the Shakors, the Knowles. Okay. Dejan over here talking about the Knowles. Listen, hold on, Braxton. I'm crying. They said the people need that, y'all. I also am saying this live on air right now. I offered to produce that show. I was just saying, I don't know where I'm gonna find the time, but I was like, I will produce that show. Listen.
I was gonna say she wants to watch that. Hawzien, they want us to be on it. What are you talking about?
I'm
sister. And then Mele said, first of all, I didn't accept the Kardashian title. And I said I'll take that back because it's not the bad side of them. It's just that y'all should be bigger than, because I think you're funnier. It's really the intention behind that compliment. You know what I mean?
I understand.
Because I was like, y'all are so funny. Y'all could definitely do this. I don't know why y'all don't have a show. Okay. Anyways, this is all I'm saying. The women behind the dope work are also really funny. Like, I just want them to know. So the legacy question, you have one of your legacies with you. So what I always ask, what is the legacy you hope to leave in this world? I know y'all have children. It could be about them. It could not be about them. You can answer however you want.
How's am I going first? All right. So, okay, so I'm gonna get really personal.
Okay.
When I had my oldest son, he's 12 now, right? My husband is he's really well established in his industry and what he does as a position. And so when I had him young. I was 22 when I had him. So at 25, I was starting to have a bit of like a midlife. It's not even midlife, but you know what I mean?
Identity crisis?
Yeah, for sure. Because I was like, I'm just a mom. Like, I'm at home all day. I have nothing. If I were to die today, what would I leave my son? Right? Like, my husband has so much. His legacy is so vast. He's incredible. Like, I'm in love with him or whatever. He's the love of my life, whatever. So I was like, he's gonna leave so much for our children. What am I gonna leave? Nothing. I have done nothing, right? But I could say that today, I feel like if I were to leave, they would know that I fought for them. Like, my children would know that every day I woke up and did something on behalf of them, right? So the legacy that I would like to leave my children is a Tigray that they can go back to whenever they want, that it will always be safe and peaceful, free, God willing, but a Tigray that's theirs, a home in Tigray that's theirs, a home all over the place, but a home specifically in Tigray that is theirs, that they can continue living forever. Every single person from my family going back to that area because that's theirs, That's the legacy that I would like to leave. I'd like them to say that their mom really fought for them. That's what I'd like to leave.
Yes. You got some people in their feelings.
Sorry.
Nah. First of all, I'm about to start putting a disclosure on my page, bro. Like, just come with tissues. Like, I'm tired of y'all. Like, listen, I'm a sensitive person. Like, so it's gonna get pulled out. This is a safe space. Let it out.
Yeah.
Okay, sis, it's on you.
I don't even know how to follow up to that. Literally times 2. Can I just say, I'm with that. Like, for me, very similar, right? Like I had my first son at 25, so just a little bit older. But for me, it was always like, I want to be seen as an equal to my partner, to my children, right? Like, be a powerhouse boss, like all the things.
All of that.
And so for me, like, I always was like,
she is that.
Like, we are equals. Our children are hyphenated, their last names, right? Like, it's very much like we are, when my children see the boss of the house, it's gonna be both their parents, right? So that was my idea of like legacy, because I have 2 young boys and I want them to see women as equals and powerful, and their mom is whatever, right? So that was like my intention of like legacy and growth. But when it's this Tigray piece, like, I think being a child of the diaspora, you are removed from it a little bit. And when you marry someone who's not Tagaru or even Ethiopian, like, you're even further removed from it, right? And so, like, on my, for me, growing up and working and stuff, it was always like, how can I give back to Tigray or to Ethiopia? That was my conscious, like, I want to do something for my community back home, but I never really knew what that was going to be. And on my vision board this year, right? Like I told you, we started in January, but like December 31st of last year, I made this vision board of like all these things I want to accomplish this year. And number 1 on there was like Tigray. Like, I need to be a better person for Tigray, for my children, for me, for all these things. I didn't know what that would look like, but I knew that was something I really wanted to accomplish. And now 6 months later, seeing like, oh my gosh, I'm building something that my children, like, now we have this connection that they will always know about, right? Yeah. Like, I'm just like so proud that we're doing something, that we're actually like, we found our niche, we found a thing for us, and now we are like, my kids will know about this, right? Like, for me, that's that part of legacy. I didn't really know how to wrap my mind around that until recently.
Yes.
God was talking.
Amen. I know we got some amen, some whoo. Okay, we got some all of those. Medley said they can't even begin to articulate their greatness. You know who can though? Me, because I'm the host and that's what I do. Woo! This is my favorite part, because I'm telling y'all, this is just my treat because I just love being mushy, and in case y'all don't take it all the way there, I'm like, don't worry, I'll take it there. I can land it. Don't even worry. But y'all was preaching, okay? Preaching. Everybody was in their feelings. So y'all know, I hope you've watched the show. At the end, I always give people their flowers. I hope y'all were ready. So I literally love what y'all said about legacy. Part of my heart broke just a little bit when you even thought, like, that you even had the thought that, like, you didn't have anything to leave your kids. Like, Your kids are you. If you're a stay-at-home mom, then everything that your kids know how to do, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they breathe, okay, is you. So like, they're already your legacy, no matter what you know or think or say. Like, I literally, okay, why did I look around like somebody was here? Okay, so I literally had to school this kid one time because he said some dumb stuff to me, and, you know, I'm a feminist, and I said, boy, who taught you how to wipe your ass, bro? Like, and I was like, your mama, right? And I said, your mom taught you how to be a human being, like an actual functioning human being. We've seen children that have been neglected, right? Like, their outcomes are horrible. Their development is like done, right? Like, the fact that you're even a present mother in your children's life, that you're actively intentionally thinking about them, and you're putting all of this into them, that's more legacy than your husband could ever do. He can't ever take that away. You're literally the backbone. You're your child's entire like life. You know what I'm saying? And like, moms are so important. We can't keep like downplaying that. Like, don't ever think because you're sitting at home that you didn't already give your child a legacy. You gave your child a legacy the day they were born. So I just have to say that first and foremost, because we not playing those games around these parts, okay? You taught your child culture.
I wasn't prepped. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, you were.
You got me, bitch. You got me.
I told you, I do this. Yeah, okay? I do this. Listen, you teach your children's culture. You teach them values. You teach them respect, honor. You're the reason why there's people that are going to continue to fight for peace and love, because this journey and this marathon continues, right? And the only reason the world got as bad as it did is because people forgot to raise their children to be better human beings. Boop. So that part you already did. You've already sown so much into them, and then you decided to be even doper by actually giving them something physical too, that they don't ever forget where they came from and who they are. No matter what happens to Tigray, that will always be theirs. And you did that. Nobody else. Like, that came from your genius. So you're also going to give them your creativity, your hustle, your grit, you know what I'm saying? Your compassion and your empathy for the world. Don't ever think you didn't give your children nothing. You gave them everything that they needed. So
I heard you and I accepted. Hawzien, that was to you too, boo.
Oh, no, that was both of y'all.
And I was yelling while you were saying that, but, you know, I was processing it at the same time.
It's okay. Not everybody could just cry on cue. Some people, I tell, just hold that, and then, you know, some people need to do it in the shower later.
Yeah,
listen,
I'll release it. Yeah.
That's okay. Some people got to play it back and listen to it again because they didn't even soak it all in the first time. Listen, I know. I get the calls later on. Don't worry. It's my favorite thing. I'm telling you, it's my favorite thing in the world. And y'all make it easy. Y'all really make it easy. Like, I don't have to look that hard. I haven't known you that long. If I'd known you longer, I would have said some specifics, okay? Like, I would have pulled out and been like, oh, and don't forget about that thing you did. Like, I would have done the most. But I felt like I needed to at least give you that because if it isn't apparent, I love seeing people like really get after their dreams and their goals and to fight past everything I know you had to fight past to get to where you're at. Like, that's a beautiful journey and a story that I feel like deserves to be told. And you know, I'm glad that we got to do it today. And I hope, right, last plug, I hope everybody joins the virtual 5K from wherever they're at, right? This is not going to be a one-time thing. This is a nonprofit. They're going to continue to do work. We're going to continue to support them. They're going to continue to want to put events together. They're going to need more volunteers. If there's youngins watching this that are looking for ways to get involved, here are two dope-ass women. You looking for a mentor, you looking for a role model, work under them. You'll learn a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? You could watch from a distance or you could work under them and you'll learn way quicker. And I really want to speak that into your guys' life.
Yes, sis. Thank you so much. You know, Melly. Thank you for this.
I can't even see the comments anymore. It just paused on me. I can't see anything.
Oh, I can see all of them. Yeah, like, she's right, sis. Thank you for the space and how you're able to navigate the conversation so flawlessly. So Rem High so silly.
What did she say? Yeah.
She said they look like my sisters.
Because we are, babe. I mean, we miss you. Come home.
You and then
I love it.
You know, Mele, we were pushing the 5K real hard earlier, but yeah, 5K this Saturday, May 29th. Register at TigrayActionCommittee.com.
Yes, please.
I'm in Denver, so I'm gonna pull up on you.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah. Cities, Oxen Park.
Yep. So Denver, if you there, I'm pulling up. You can hold me accountable. Like I have made this part of my Saturday morning. Okay, so I will be there. I don't know about running, but I will be there with my speed walking. Okay, I will do it.
Yes.
And I'm gonna challenge y'all. Yeah, she said we gonna run virtually. I sure will be on FaceTime. Listen,
yes,
like,
yes,
no problem. Yes, at Oxen Park, legendary. Yes, she said go to their Instagram to sign up. I will do that first because the way I finally am settling back into my home and getting my brain back, it's so amazing. I missed it. I had to say hello to it this morning. It was so great to be in my own thoughts again. No, y'all think I'm like, nah, this last weekend, I was operating like at half mast. Like it was not okay.
Not me, man. I was operating on happiness because of Mele and Ramhai. Like I will not stop. I love them so much.
Listen, I knew. You know what? Matter of fact, y'all all deserved that moment together. But you know what? We're gonna just do a group FaceTime call after this so that I can tell y'all what happened to me. And then because I'm only gonna tell the story once. So,
we want to hear.
Yes. All right. We love it.
Let me do this one more time. Sorry, LA wants me to tell everyone how to sign up again. So you can go to our Tigray Act. You can pop into our link tree, and then it's right there. 5K for Tigray registration, $50 registration if you can. If not, honestly, give what you can and just walk with your friends. Make sure that you're building up awareness. That's how you do it. It's on Saturday, virtually, or in a city near you if you go to our website.
Yes, in a city near you. Yes.
This is what we want to hear. Listen, I'm telling you. And if it's not in a city near you, that means that you are the person that's supposed to start it. So there you go. I love it.
So much.
Thank you.
Tell everyone. Okay. Oh, you already did that. I'm like, let me keep up with her comments too. All right. Thank y'all so much. I absolutely love and adore you and everything that y'all are doing and the team. I know, you know, the people you said, I'm like, those are solid people. So I know that this is going to be really dope. And I'm so happy that it's all coming together. I will see you, Hawzien, on Saturday to speed walk together. Everyone else, we will see you virtually. Make sure you are wearing your gear and you ready to go. Do whatever else you need to do, stretch, yoga. I don't know what people do to prepare for these things, but just do that.
Just show up. That's all.
All of that. Yes, everyone's showing you so much love. So yes, I'm gonna end this, post the live, and I will FaceTime, do a group FaceTime because y'all, the story is hilarious. So
thank you. I want to say thank you for sharing your platform with us. We really are grateful.
Of course. It's all here. Bye, y'all.